Good morning. It is New Year's Eve. 2017 is almost in the books, and I hope your 2018 is getting off to a rousing start tomorrow. You might be a little bit bowl crazy, or even a little bit hungover from celebrating New Year's Eve a little too much, but you can actually start your new year on Tuesday if you want, so that'll get you past Monday. I am back home now. I had a little problem keeping up with my Facebook Lives while I was traveling, and so back home, back to 70-degree weather today, and it is flat calm out on the water. It looks like a fantastic day. For those of you that are in freezing, frigid temperatures, which is most of the country, I'm so sorry. I had to get out of there. Cold does something to me. I don't know what it is, but it makes me want to hibernate. It makes me not want to move. It makes me want to stay under a blanket. It makes me want to cover my head and just do what I can do to stay warm. So I am a warm weather girl through and through. So now for 2017, I know that you may have had some really big goals. This time last year, you were going to do amazing things, and I was too. And some of those goals have been met this year. Some of them have not been met this year, and all we can do is start all over for 2018. Make sure you have a really good plan in place. Part of my plans for 2018 are going to be to actually do something with the Facebook Lives. I made sure I did a Facebook Live challenge to get myself on camera, because it's not my favorite thing to do. It's not my favorite place to be, in front of the camera and showing my mug everywhere, all over your Facebook timeline. But I think it can be good for podcasters, and I want to sort of try to figure out how to hack it a little bit and do something with it that can help you grow your audience as well. So doing these Facebook Lives has led to, I'm going to be doing a session at PodFest in 2018 in February 8th through the 10th. PodFest in Orlando. I'll be doing a session on live streaming, showing you how to do it, showing you some of the tools to do it. And between now and then, I'm actually going to do some things with it. In the past 30 days, I have just spent getting myself comfortable with the tools, getting myself comfortable with doing it, knowing what I'm going to say, knowing how to respond to people, especially when people jump on and try to spam crazy links in my Facebook Live. It sort of throws me for a loop, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. So it makes me a little more comfortable after having a little bit of practice doing it. So you're going to see me try to do some more things. I'm going to be offering some additional content, going to be offering some additional content upgrades and things like that with my Podcast Rescue, and doing some other things to try to help podcasters in 2018. It's a very crowded space in the podcasting world, and the more we can do to differentiate ourselves, which I hate to say it, for all of you who haven't gotten on board with the Facebook Lives yet, you've got to embrace it. At some point in time, your audience is going to want to see you. They're going to want to see what you're doing. They want to see you in your natural elements, and they want to see you being vulnerable and being real with them, not just all polished up on the audio on your podcast. So that's more to come in 2018. We're going to be doing some exciting things there. And then, it's interesting because I haven't really thought about this, but in 30 days of doing Facebook Lives, I've created what I would consider, and what most people would consider, some digital assets. And it doesn't take long, if you're doing a daily type thing, to have a real archive of digital assets that you can then do whatever you want to with. You can pull out the audio and make it into a podcast. I could easily turn these little snippets I'm doing every single day into a very short podcast. I could also basically get my show notes writers to take the audio content, turn it into a blog post. Some of it I could put on my website. Some of it I could put on medium.com, which I think is a great place for podcasters to also be putting their content, not just everything on your website, but also put it out there in Medium, because things can get picked up there. The other thing is I can turn it into a video class, a video tutorial, a video course or something if I'm doing like a lot of screen shares and screenshots. So there's a lot you can do when you're creating these digital assets. And I would encourage you, as you go into 2018, is to look at every single thing that you're creating as a digital asset and figure out how to use and leverage that to your advantage. Because if you begin creating now, you're going to have the opportunity to repurpose and to rebundle and repackage, and to just sort of be creative with how you use that digital asset. If you keep waiting and you don't do anything, and you maybe put out something and then months later you don't do it anymore, and then hit and miss all 2018, you'll have very few digital assets. And for those of us in the online space, your digital assets are what gets you digital listeners and digital consumers. And so we need all of those. So please, please, please think of all you're doing and creating with your podcast as digital assets and figure out how to use them effectively. It's Sunday Fun Day. It's New Year's Eve day. I hope you have good plans for staying safe and staying off the roads if you've been doing any libations tonight. And hopefully you can bring in 2018 with a clear head and a very focused mind on what you want to do for your business, so that 2018 can get off to the right foot and that you can actually have a better 2018 than you did in 2017. So hope that goes well for you. And then you'll see me again. Actually, you're going to see me again tomorrow. In between bowl games, yep, I'll be right here because I'm going to be doing some working as well. So anyway, have a good day. Sunday Fun Day. And if you're freezing cold, I'm sorry. Take an extra blanket with you. Get your gloves out. Get your mittens out. Get your ear things. What do you call those? Muffs or earmuffs? Earmuffs. Get those things out and be ready, because you're going to have a cold snap. We're going to have a cold snap too here. Highs, I think, Thursday are only 63. So we'll be breaking out the socks as well. So you guys have a very, very happy New Year, and we will see you back here again tomorrow. Have a good day.